All right, we're continuing on with messing with the Monstrosity. I found a 13-tooth pinion on 4S. So we're going to try to see if it will take off at 550 RPM. But the problem with this video is all you're going to be hearing is the gear noise, and it's really loud. So you need to adjust your sound on your computer, whatever you're watching this thing, because it's just a screaming, annoying, loud noise. I didn't realize how bad it was until I watched all the films and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, God, it's annoying. But you do hear some of the blade slap in there at, 550 RPM. So we'll have a watch. All right. Next is going to be just going for just sheer friggin' stupidity. So here is the gear ratio that I found. I found a 13 and a 170 on a 4S at a 70%. That's the lowest that I can go on the ESC. 567 RPM. Oh. And let's just see how high we can get. And 90 is usually what I don't want to go over. That's 729. That's even lower than what I'm doing now. It's 775. So we can see how this will work. And we're going to try this out. All right, so I got the new 13 pinion down in there. And at these settings, I can have a 550 is at 70.1%. So we'll just have to see if it's even gonna fly at all. Even if it does get off the ground, will the tail actually spin fast enough to be able to control this goddamn thing? Okay, kids, we're gonna try it. I got it zoomed in a little bit better, so we'll see if this thing even actually fire off at 550 RPM. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one, to say the least.
Auto 1.
550 RPM. Let's see where we're gonna be. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. If it gets off the ground, we'll be doing good. Okay, I'm at 3/4 of the stick. It's trying. Holy crap. Tail won't hold. 550 is the limit. God damn it, I hoped it was going to make it, but no, 550 is the limit. So let's change out and we'll up it to 650.
Auto 2.
Brake mode. A little shaky. Okay, there is 650. Bringing it up kind of slow. Well, it's hovering. See if it has any tail authority. Not much in that direction. Great in that direction. really big wobble in it now. Yeah, not quite enough. So I'm gonna just not enough RPM for the tail.
Idle 1.
So what we'll have to do now is we'll have to go in and change it to at least 700. But that requires plugging in the computer and all that kind of shit. All right, we're trying it now
Idle 1.
at 675 RPM to see if I can get a little bit more tail control out of this. All right, there's 675. A little bounce back on the tail for nose right. But that sounds so cool. Big head wobble in it. Alright, let's see what 700 RPM is going to do. Got good control.
Idle 2.
Like I said in the previous one, the change rate between RPMs is really fast so that I can recover from auto. So I don't want to just arbitrarily flip it up from 675 to 700 because that might rip out my 600 size gear teeth. All right, there's 700. That's a little better. What does that sound like? I am at about 3/4 of a stick on collective. I don't know if you can see that over here right now or not, but we'll see how that does. Definitely going to have to up the pitch curve. That was a hard one. Doesn't like a big goose. Yeah. Oh. I say 700 is the bare minimum for hard control. Whenever you've got to give a hard input. Nose left is fine. Nose right is what's hard. I might need some more pitch. Running it that low. Where I was at on my stick, as I was about right there for hover. And if I goosed it, it was up there. So, yeah, we'll get it. 700 RPM. Holy shit. All right, I went back inside and I looked, and we were at 700, so I've upped it to 715, and that gives me a 91.2% on the throttle output for it. So I did a 715, a 725, and 730 just to play with it, because I'm right at where it needs to be for the tail to actually have good control. It has control, but you saw in the last goose when I came back down, it went around all that. So I'm going to try to prevent that, but I figure me and my son were talking about it, and the RPM is going to go up whenever I come down for an auto. So I'll probably coming down about 1,000 RPM. So there we go. Dropped it down from 1,000 to 715 RPM. Damn near 300 RPM on that, going from 6S to 4S, and changing the pinion from a 15 tooth to a 13 tooth. I'm surprised I actually had it, but yeah. So we'll actually be able to get it out and fly it this weekend, I hope. So we'll see how that goes. And one last thing on there. I was looking at the percent of throttle output that I was going with the 13 tooth pinion, and it was at like 70%. So I put the 15 back on, and the same RPM, I'm getting almost 80. So that makes me feel a little bit better about it, but we're still going to have the 716, 726, and 730 on the set RPMs with the 15 tooth pinion down in there. I'm getting really good at changing these things out, so we'll see. That'll be a little bit better, and let's just see here what the that's 80% on 726 RPM. So a little bit better in the ESC's throttle range that I like to be in. I like to be in between 80 and 90. So there we go. We'll try it out again soon and see how well the tail holds. Hopefully I won't hit it with the blade.